So if someone is not able to attend on any day and all, we can share. So we are recording it. Okay. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we'll proceed. So writing a book and making someone read it involves 6 steps. Okay, I make it as 6 P's: plan, pen, present, publish, pack and deliver, and promote. Okay, you can call it by any name. I just use 6 P's because from the days of my MBBS, I am very comfortable with the mnemonics. So just to make it catchy, I have just found out words starting with P for each of the stages and have made it. This is the 6P is only my invention. It may so plan, pen, present, publish, pack, and deliver and promote. So only you do one by one all these 6P, your book is out. Very, very simple. So what do you mean by plan? Okay, it is self-explanatory. Pen, by meaning pen, we mean to how to write the book. Okay. Now by present, how to typeset it and design it and make it readable and pleasantable. Okay. Suppose if you want to say cooking as pen, arranging it in the table in a beautiful way can be said as presentation. However, will you cook it, if you are not displaying it properly or if you are not presenting it properly in the table, many may not even try to taste it. Same way with your book also, content is one part, how you are presenting the book is the second part. Okay, and then how you are going to publish it. How what is publishing in paper and what is publishing in digital. There are many differences between both. And the next step is how you are going to pack and deliver. That is till 1 to 4, the book is with you. It is the 5th stage which makes the book reach the reader. And how about delivering online and how about delivering the real paperback offline. And finally, how to promote your book. The promoting the book online as well as offline. So today we will see with the start with the first P, pen. Tomorrow, I mean plan. Tomorrow it will be 1 hour on writing. Then it will be 1 hour on types presentation. Then it will be 1 hour on publishing. Then delivery, pack and delivery, and finally it will be about promotion. Okay. So now the first step is planning the book. So first you decide what language you want to write the book. Whether you want to write it in a local vernacular like Tamil, Hindi, Marathi, or whether it is in English, or whether it is in both. You can write in both languages, no problem. Second, you need to decide whether it is going to be a fiction or non-fiction. If it is a fiction, then it has you can follow certain steps. If it is non-fiction, it has its own course. Then theme of the book, what you want to convey, what will be the take-home message, what do you expect the reader to do after reading your book, whether you want him to change his behavior or something, what you are actually expecting the reader to do. Then you have to plan about what are the topics you are going to talk. In whatever be your title of the book, you can write 50 pages or 5,000 pages. You need to decide what are the topics you are going to cover. And then how many books are you going to write? Are you going to write only one book in this series, or whether you are going to write a series of books and this will be one of those? And if you are going to write a series of books, whether the second book depends upon the first. If so, how to plan the first, and then come to the parts of this book, sections and chapters. Essentially, all these things are called planning for the book. So what are the stages in penning? In penning, first you have to write, then you have to proofread, then you have to copy edit, then edit, then pre-publishing review. Now, this proofreading, copy editing, pre-publishing review are different steps actually. Many people get into trouble because they don't understand the differences between these four. So, but each one is different. I will explain it tomorrow. Then coming to presenting the book. So how to design the body matter as per international standards, then how to design the cover and designing the promotions. So this we'll see subsequently. Then publishing it. Where are you going to publish it? Are you going to publish it in a website, or are you going to publish it as a PDF so that it can be freely shared? Or are you going to publish it in Kindle? Or are you going to publish it in Google Books? Are you going to publish it in other platforms? Are you going to publish it in paper, that is print? Are you going to publish in palm leaves or copper plates or stone? Okay. So if you are not going to publish in stone, copper plates or palm leaves, then publishing in paper is also rapidly going to the stage of publishing in palm leaves. So what I say is, okay, paper book is good, but the future will be more digital. And so from your planning stage itself, you have to plan for the digital book and you can print it. What many people do is they just hurriedly publish it in paper and then have difficulty in adapting to the digital format. So what I will tell you is, you plan for a digital format, you print it, then it will be for future proof. If you plan for a paper book, saying thinking that you can also publish it in online, there will be lots of steps involved. Then okay, you printed it, then you have to pack and deliver. Publish digitally and delivering through digital methods is one step, or you can publish in paper, you can deliver through hand, post, courier, shops, booksellers. Why I have put these 4 steps, we will see on the 5th day. Then how are you going to promote your book? What will be online promotion? What will be offline promotion? And who is going to promote your book? You can promote it yourself or you can promote by others. Okay. Now, before going further, any doubts in what we have discussed so far?
No, we are good so far. Yeah.
If there are any doubts, you can please ask now itself. Can you move to the next step?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Yes.
Okay. So actually, I have put this meeting as 30 minutes because Zoom's limit is 40 minutes. So after 30 minutes, we will just close this meeting and we'll start the next meeting. Okay. I think you all would have got 2 links, isn't it? So this meeting will automatically close in 30 minutes. Now, then after that, we will start the click the second link and come again. This is only to circumvent the Zoom's feature that you cannot have a meeting more than 40 minutes. Okay, now we will come to our session again.
Sir, I didn't get second link. I think can you send to me? Cynthia.
What's that, madam?
I didn't get the second link. I got only one link. I think.
So second link. Okay, I will. Second link. I will share it in the. I will share it to you. You have not. You joined the group late, I suppose. Okay. I will share. We'll share. We'll share.
Thank you.
So what do you need to know about planning your book? So for this, we have to understand how today's publishing has been drastically changed. So many of you, even many of the publishers today, or many of someone of your friends or colleagues who have published the book, would have published in the 20th century publishing model. The 20th century publishing model is still being done, okay? So if you ask any of your friends, relatives, colleagues, they will recommend you the 20th century publishing model. But fortunately, over the past 2 decades, and especially over the past 5 years, there is a rapid advancement in various stages of publishing. The very aim of this workshop is that you all should be aware of what has changed in the recent 5 years and how you can use that to your advantage when you are going to bring your book. So what happened in 20th century publishing is when you want to publish a book, you either write it in a paper or you typed it. Then you made the diagrams and charts. Then you send it to the publisher. The publisher may accept it or you deny it. Suppose if he denied, you will send it to another publisher. If he accepts it, you make an agreement with the publisher and the publishing process starts. So what happens is all those 20th century publishers, they had an office in which there were people for typing. So first this typist will type the manuscript. Then the publisher also had artists for drawing. This persons will draw the pictures. Then this typed file and plus drawing, this both combined together becomes the draft manuscript. And then the publisher prints the draft manuscripts in paper, and then this goes to a stage called proofreading. So the original manuscript on the left side, the new manuscript on the right side, the proofreader checks for every alphabet and sees that the spelling is correct. Then the publisher has a people for copy editing. So copy editing is a separate process than proofreading. Proofreading is just to check that the manuscript which you, the author, sent and which has been typed is same. Copy editing is going one step further and checking for grammar, punctuation marks, etc. Then after copy editing, the printed pages are sent to the author. Then the author finds whether everything is okay. If the author again has the chance to check or copy edit, then the author signs it and sends to the publisher. The publisher prints 1,000 or 1,200 copies. He stores a few copies, then he sends few copies to the distributors, and the distributor sends the copies to the booksellers, and readers buy from the booksellers. Okay, this essentially was happening for the past 100 years. Now we will see what has changed. In the earlier model, the book will be traveling from one step. That is, from the author, it will go to the publisher, from the publisher to the distributor, from the distributor to the bookseller, from the bookseller to the reader. And the money goes the other way. The money goes from the reader and reader to the bookseller and bookseller to distributor, distributor to publisher and publisher to the author. The money is also spent for storing and logistics. So we'll take a small example. Suppose you want to publish a 100 pages book. The book is of A4 size. So A5 size. A5 size is the small size, that is A4 by 2. A4 is what we normally use for our documents. You make it, cut that A4 into 2, you get A5. And it has, say, less than 10 diagrams, and you are printing 1,000 copies. Now, what will be the cost of this book? Let us discuss it. So, the author will get 1,000 rupees for this book, 10,000 rupees for the book. The typeset, designing and printing will cost 30,000. Packing and sending to the bookstores will cost 10,000. A publisher will get a margin of 20,000. The retailer or the distributor will get a margin of 10,000. A shop will get a margin of 10,000. There will be a discount of 10,000. That is 10% discount which we normally see. So if you see here, author gets 10, typesetting, designing and printing another 30, packing and sending to bookstores is 20, publisher margin is 20, retailer is 10, shop gets 10 and discount is 10. So if you see again clearly, author gets only 10,000 and the publisher margin is 20,000. So essentially, these are the two people who are making money over a book. So for all others, it will be just above the expenses. So what happens usually, if you see, many people will be writing some long stories. That is I wrote a very tough book, but they gave me only 10,000. It is assumed that the publisher gets all the 90%. No, it is not so. The author gets 10%, the publisher gets 20%. Of course, if the author is a very famous person, it may be 12%. If you are J.K. Rowling, they will give you 15%. But other than that, this model is almost universally the same. Now we will see few models of publishing. So this is the classical paperback publishing. So the author plans for the book and he writes the book. The publisher does the subsequent steps. Okay. So first step, planning is author. Second step, writing alone is author. Then what happens is everything, this proofreading, copy editing, pre-publishing review, designing, packing and delivering stops, pack and deliver online orders, promote online, promote offline, everything is by the publisher. This is the classical paperback publishing. Now, I will show you another model. You have to tell me what it is this. What do you think is this model where publisher does everything? Logu sir.
Ghostwriting.
This is the classical ghostwriting where the publisher also writes the book for the author. Actually, right now, I think many people's medical college, many dissertations also done this way. Instead of the publisher, there are people who are doing it. Okay, so this is ghostwriting. Now we will come to another model. What is this?
The self-publishing model, I guess.
Perfect. This is self-publishing. Okay. So what happened is earlier, because of this, of the earlier technologies, we had only three models predominantly. Either it was author who wrote, publisher did the other things, or publisher did everything, that is ghostwriting, or author did everything, which is self-publishing. Now, because of new technologies, we have solved most of the problem. Now, before that, we will see what are the problems challenges in the earlier publishing is. I told you have to print 1,000 or 1,200 copies. Else the cost per book will be very huge. And you need a place to store 1,000 copies safely. And you need a capacity to sell 1,000 copies. Yeah. Or if you cannot sell immediately, you have to store for a longer time. And then typing is a separate job. You need a typist. For this, you need an artist. You need a proofreader. You need a copy editing. You need printing press. You need a place to store. And you need distributors. All these are specialist works, which a new author cannot do everything by himself in the earlier days. And for typesetting and printing, you need to invest the money. Then you need to sell 1,000 copies. So if you are an established author, it is easy. Others may not find it easy to sell 1,000 copies immediately. And then if you have published only one book, and the distributor won't pay you immediately. You have to keep on reminding him. But when a publisher who is publishing 50 or 60 books, he will send one mail to the distributor, or he'll have a person to follow up with the distributor. And the cost of recovering money is spread across 50 books for a publisher, whereas for an author, every step is only for one book. So now what has changed? I want this to be the take-home message for today, because today there is advancement in technology in every stage. For example, there is a print on demand. So you need not print 1,000 copies. You can print even 12 copies, 24 copies, 48 copies and all. Then you have got internet. Internet has various benefits. First is you can publish your book digitally, one. Second is you can market your book digitally. You can market it in WhatsApp, Instagram, or Twitter. Then if you can also get the work done digitally. I'll explain it a little bit later. And also booksellers have changed. Earlier, they will deal only with publishers. Now they are also ready to deal with individual authors. So this I told you. Now earlier you need to print 1,000 copies. So you have to shell out some say 30,000 rupees or 40,000 rupees for printing alone. Today you can just print 12 copies. Suppose if it is even if it is a 100-page book, you can print it for 1,000 rupees and then distribute it very easily. Also, with the advent of Kindle and Google Books, you can distribute all over the world. Okay, and you see the investment for online distribution is zero. If you are going to print your book, you need to spend some money. If you are going to publish it online, the investment is zero. And proofreading, you don't know proofreading, don't worry. You can find someone online. You don't know copy editing, don't worry. You don't know editing, you can pay and do. You want cover design, either you can try in some apps or you can hire someone. And you can choose the specific service you need. So now what we can do is, even suppose you have made a book where the MRP is 1,000 rupees, you just give it to the bookseller for 60 rupees. There is no investment. Say I am telling you, I'll give you a simple example. For example, you have got a book which is a 100-page book in A5 size. The cost of printing will be around 50 rupees. You can give the book to a bookseller for 60 rupees. You then you just print 10 books and give him. It's enough. Once the 10 books are sold, you invest another 1,000 rupees to print another 20 books. So you are just going to invest 1,000 or 2,000 rupees, and then as and when the books are getting sold, you get the money from the bookseller and you pay the print on demand, and you don't have anything to worry, and the books will be selling and you'll be taking your author's royalty. And as we told earlier, till 20th century, we had only 3 models. Now, any permutation combination is possible. For example, earlier we had these 3 models I discussed. Now, for example, I will give you my example itself. For my medical books, I plan and I write it. All this proofreading to packing is done by the publisher. I do the promotion myself. So all these books were, except this book, all the book above followed the previous model. And in this book, what I did was, I did everything myself. TNPSC book, proofreading, copywriting, pre-publishing review, present, everything. This was not published digitally. I published the paper book. Only for packing and delivering, I found out someone else. I did everything myself. For my Tamil books, I follow a different model. From planning to publishing, I do it. Then distributor does the packing and delivering to the shops, and promotion we both do. So with if you are able to divide the steps of publishing into these steps and sub-steps, you can very easily bring out your book in 2 weeks. So if you see this, Google now has Amazon has very good advantages. Now, for example, this book, I am selling the Kindle edition. The distributor is selling the paperback. Now, if you are entering the same title and the same author names, even when different people sell the book, Amazon automatically lists them together. So these are few of my books in print and in Amazon. Now, the take-home message today is, anything of all these steps, anything can be done by anyone. Now, how do you choose it? It's very, very simple. Look at all these things. What all you already know, you do it. Look at the steps. What all you can learn, you don't know now, but you can do, you learn it. What you can't do, you outsource it. So the aim of this workshop is to explain to you all the steps involved here, so that you can decide what you are going to do yourself and what you are going to outsource. Okay. Yeah. So feedback based on what we have so far discussed. No, you can give your opinion also before going further.
Yeah, it's good. It's very, very simply you explained all the steps. So far we have been thinking that writing a book is you write the book, you write the material and give it to the publisher and he will print and show it to you and they will publish. But now only we know all this editing, copy editing, proof corrections, everything we are coming to know about these things. Okay, good.
Okay. Now I think it is 30 minutes. So we will close this class. We will join via the next link.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Second link I will share in the Telegram group, sir.
Okay, sir.
Is there a second session
Yeah. Immediately.
now? Huh?
Now immediately we'll have the second session. We will close this. We'll join the second session.
Okay, sir.